Jersey entertainment with the singer-songwriter Emanny, you guys. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
It's a pleasure. I look forward to this.
Yes, definitely. So, I did some research. And where are you from? Are you from New Jersey or from New York?
Yo, I hate that everybody thinks I don't hate it, but I'm not from Jersey. I've lived in Jersey here and there, but I'm from the Bronx. I'm from New York. I think my Jersey connection is because I've worked with Joe Budden very early on in the career, and that's where most people's introduction to me was. So I guess they figured that I was from Jersey too.
Okay.
But love Jersey. Shout out to Jersey. But yeah, I'm from the Bronx.
So
yeah.
tell us where you started singing. You started singing early in a boys choir, I think it was.
Yeah.
Right? So how old were you back then?
Well, I've been singing since I was a child.
Okay.
My whole family is talented. A bunch of uncles, aunts, cousins that are amazing talents. That was a start. From there, went to a school called the Boys Choir of Harlem, Choir Academy of Harlem, and got my vocal training through there.
So that's a school.
It was a school. It's no longer around. I'm sad to even say that, but it was a great school, great institution. We traveled the world. We performed. We were taught vocal theory, music theory. It was an amazing experience, and it's literally what led me down this path. Because before that, I thought I was going to do something else. I was going to play basketball or some other shit. But.
So what was that revelation moment to where you was like, oh yeah, I could really sing? When did that happen, and how did that happen?
That's funny. I just finished having this conversation with someone that I didn't know until my oldest sister told me. It was our family get-togethers. It's like Christmas, Thanksgiving, family would get together. And you know what? These little badass kids ain't just gonna run around the household. They were gonna put them to work. They would make us do talent shows.
Okay.
So that was the moment where I saw my cousin sing, and I was like, oh, he's singing. Let me try to do that. And I was like, oh, okay, I can do a little bit.
Okay.
And from there, I would just go home, take some of my mom's vinyls, listen to records, and practice. And eventually, it was like, all right, you got a voice. That was it.
So out of the entire roster of amazing artists that you've worked with, right? Were some of them some people you looked up to and just was amazed with their talent? Like, who are some of the people that you look up to when starting your journey?
I will say, because I've worked with a lot of hip hop artists. JDParadox, I've always been a fan of the Locks. Always a fan of the Locks. And when I got the opportunity to work with him, it was like, nah, no way. Like, this isn't happening. So that was very early on. I mean, I've done a lot of work with Joe, and I was a fan of some of his records, but I wasn't really familiar with him as an artist. But the funniest thing is, as I started working with him, I became a fan of his craft. Because I was like, I didn't know he was this dope. Like, I had no idea he was this talented as a writer. And he's very well-minded when it comes to just music in general. So he taught me a lot in that sense too. But yeah, JDParadox would be the first person that comes to mind where I was like, oh shit, I'm working with JDParadox.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's different from the genre that you, because you sing.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm a rapper singer.
Okay.
like I don't know, it was weird. Because everyone that I seem to bond with and mesh well with have always come from the hip hop side. But if anyone knows me, I'm like R&B to the core. And I don't really hang out with other R&B dudes or like collab with them or kick it. I don't know, it's just weird.
Was it hard to embrace the R&B skill and talent that you have when, you know, going into an industry of males? Usually, in this day and age, a lot of guys, if they can sing, they don't really like to use their voice because they feel as though it's a little, a softer side to the man. Like, how did you stay persistent in using your R&B sultry vibe and bringing that to the, you know, rap industry?
Well, I think when I started, I think it was very much okay to be that guy. Because hip hop would look for us to give that balance. A lot of times, hip hop dudes would want their little R&B-ish type songs, and they couldn't sing the hooks. So who do they come to? They come to us, and we would have to come and deliver that. I think it's only now where the industry is kind of not accepting of the mesh. I don't know, is it because the genres have kind of melted in some type of way? But for me, I never really had an issue with that. I've always been embraced by the hip hop culture to be me and to bring what I bring to the table.
Okay. Now, when it comes to R&B, do you think that R&B is still alive or has it died off?
Yeah. I think it's struggling to remain mainstream I think there are some people that's pushing it forth. But I don't think anything. I mean, I was just in the car listening to jazz. You know, it's not dead. It might not be in the mainstream, but it's very much so alive. There's very much so new records out that people can go enjoy. I just think it's up to us to keep pushing. I always hear people say, "Oh, bring that old R&B feel back." It's like, no, it's there. Y'all just don't go ahead and listen and promote it because it's so much easier to go to McDonald's and go get the quick fix than it is to go sit at a table and get a real meal at this point, or to go look for a real restaurant to get the meal. But the restaurants are there, so the great R&B artists are all there making the great music.
So you're still dropping projects and music too, still, correct?
Yeah, I think I'm close to my adios, but yeah, and it's still fun. I still love enjoying. I said love enjoying. I still enjoy making music, and I love the process. Until I don't desire it, I'll keep doing it.
So when you reflect back on, the type of music that was created in your era, in your time of when you first came onto the industry and the scene, who are some artists today that actually emulate that or do that to the best of their ability that you see or that's really good. That sounds really good to the ears. For me, I know some R&B artists I like are Masego, for instance. He's really sultry and he has a good vibe, but it's a hit me out.
I like Lucky Day a lot. Lucky Day is super dope. I love his project. Aaron Ray is another dope male artist out of California, really dope. Her, Jasmine Sullivan, Bruno, Anderson Pop. There's a lot of people that I feel are really keeping a passion still with the music. I'll be very honest with you, I don't listen to a lot of new guys or girls just because I feel like a lot of it does lack passion.
Okay. Now, with the lack of passion, did you ever feel the need or want to leave the industry at all?
I left for about 5 years.
Okay.
I left for about 5 years. I moved to LA. I think it's nothing wrong with that too. It's nothing wrong with resetting. I needed a reset. I had been through everything that I can go through out here on the East Coast. Worked with all the people I felt I wanted to work with, and then I just hit a ceiling and was like, this ain't fun no more. Went to LA, and the LA scene is 100% a scene that you have to adjust to, and I just wasn't ready to adjust. So I literally just sat back and was like, you know what, let me figure out some other things to do until I feel that itch again. And I went ahead and did that for about 5 years, worked on some other things, did some different side projects, and then I just woke up one day and was like, you know what, I think I might want to go ahead and put something out again.
Okay. So is there any advice that you would give to people who are trying to break into the industry or even males who are trying to find how to use their voice like you had thus far?
The only advice I could really offer is don't be afraid to mess up. Very early in my career, I tried to be so perfect and tried to just not walk through certain doors because I was like, oh, I don't know what's behind that door, so I'm not going to walk through it. And I look back and I'm like, damn, I probably should have walked through a couple more doors. Just and not even in the sense of regretting, just in learning process. I learned a lot in my mess ups. And I'll be honest with you, I wish I could have messed up a little bit more in my earlier days. It might have helped me avoid some of the mess ups that I might run into now.
Okay. That's great advice, because I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, dang, I needed that too. I'm like, I'm not even an artist yet.
Yeah, yeah. What you drop a song?
No. I have a talent, and I know that it can be used. And a lot when I go around family, they're always like, you know, you got a talent. Why you ain't use it? My name would be like, God gonna take it away from you if you don't use it. So
it's true though.
It's always in the back of my head.
True.
So I was just thinking about that, because that's something that we constantly face as creatives. It's just that imposter syndrome and talking ourselves out of our own self-doubt and fear. So that was really good advice. Is there any upcoming projects that you would like to shout out, promote while you're here? Anything to let us know about?
I have a new record out called Money Signs. I'm sorry, it's a strip club record. That's the places where we like to go. It's a nice record though. It's a dope record. I have a EP that'll be dropping soon, and then Songs About Her 3, which is most likely going to be my last project as an artist, and that's it. So
Perfect.
yeah.
Perfect. Thank y'all for watching the interview with Emanny, the singer, songwriter, producer. You guys. Any
Thank
final
you so
words?
much.
Thank you.
Just support us light-skinned brothers, man. We trying to fight back so hard, man. We getting our asses kicked out here. Other than that, thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
We will see y'all next time.
We are Jersey. 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 We are Jersey.